Hello, hello. We are just loading into the first race of Rootti vs Ragnarok squad.
Hello everybody, hope y'all are having a good day today. We got a good match coming up for you guys right here. Just gotta switch over some music here because we are already loading in the first match, and it is gonna be on Tiny Arena. We have on the Rootti side a group of Italians who have always been pretty committed to the league. They might not have always been necessarily, I'd say, the strongest team every week, but they always do show up, and they will be ready for this match here up against Ragnarok squad, who is definitely a team that's been improving quite a bit recently. This Ragnarok squad has definitely ascended upon the rankings here. They are only seeded 10th and 7th, but I think this will be a far closer match than most of the other matches we've had so far. We're firing off on the grid here. We've got Sanjista, we've got Shotzi, and we've got Mexico Use here. See who can get away early at Tiny Arena. We know this track is all about front runners trying to get away at the start here. Whoever can hold that first place at the beginning usually is going to be the one running away with the race. Sanjista sticking to the left here. Holding a beaker, he's going to want to put it down on Shotzi, but not hit his teammate, and Bauer does get hit. It does look like Shotzi got a tiny bit, but it's still a tight battle here for the top two. Sanjista going to be taking a second place box. He finds a bomb, and so does Shotzi. So he's got to be very careful here, Sanjista, and he lines up the bomb perfectly and takes out Shotzi, and it's going to be an early lead here for Rootti. We do see combo here. It looks like Theft is the big norm, but an orb is going to come out here from Mexic in the third place position, and he is probably going to take second, but Sanjista going to be able to hold on to first place here. I think Mexico probably should have wanted to hold that orb just a tiny bit longer and see if we could have gotten Sanjista in this part of the track here and maybe caught him before the pad, but regardless, they do make some spots out of it. We see here Sanjista holding the lead now. No Wumpa though, and
do damage.
Oh, he does roll the last second shield though. Very fortunate for Sanjista. He's gonna take his own beaker though that he put on the lap prior. Very unlucky timing for him, as Cranky's gonna lay down a red beaker in his face. Very unfortunate there for Sanjista, as he's just going to be dropped down the order now. And what a big of a comeback there for the Ragnarok squad, as they are now top two here with Shotzi holding an orb in 6th place.
But the thing is, they're top 4, so they can't even use it.
They're top 4 holding an orb. I don't think I've seen that too often.
Yeah. If Shotzi gets taken out here, Rootti are going to have a bit of a surprise waiting for them.
Yeah, this is a scary situation here. Not only are they top 4, they have quite a bit of a gap too. And the bottom 4 of Ragnarok, or not Ragnarok squad, but Rootti are kind of stacked on top of each other here. That means that they're not really going to have the space to, use their masks, be able to catch up. So Sanjista went to the bag here, 7th place position, let his teammates try to do the catch-up work here. He's only been thrown an engine though.
The downside to this, that Shotzi can't do any back spamming right now, so he's at the mercy of his teammates.
He does have the infinite
effectively back spam.
Yeah, I'm the Ragnarok squad here. I think the best thing you should do is you should let Kreppen get behind of Shotzi here, and that's one less guy in case Shotzi does have to shoot forward. And it does look like Kreppen is going wide here, so Kreppen going to be the one doing the dirty work, trying to keep Italians behind, but even without any items on the track, it looks like Ragnarok squad's just driving away here. This is a scary situation. Is Shotzi's just gonna shoot the orb now? A little bit disrespectful, I'd have to think, but did kind of need to get rid of it. Not really helpful for their current situation. Much rather just have a normal item. Does look like Mexic and Kreppen are team killing each other though. Not really sure what happened there, but like Mexic may have taken a red beaker and then might have accidentally killed Crepin as well. So that allows Santista to get a little bit closer here. If I'm the Italians, thinking maybe only like 1 or 2 bots here would be a pretty big salvage for what has been a disastrous race 1.
And if one of them can roll a power item, they're primed to send just a shield to take a couple of positions.
It does look like
actually
Crepin
bonking on the corner.
having some small issues there, so Sanjista going to be able to take 1 position. As we see the baby T also going to be able to move back. And it is now 4-5 for the Italians here. Still, scary situation here. You don't want to be going down 50 points race 1. It's never a fun deficit to try to dig yourself out of here. And it does look like Crepin is having some problems in the back though. Looks like some of the Italian teammates are going to be able to help each other out and at least get the 1 spot for all of their team.
The weird part about this race is that the top 4, it wasn't lost because of what Rootti did. It was completely thrown away by Ragnarok squad.
It does look like Theft may have gotten missiled there by Crepin, so Crepin able to grab 1 spot here, but oh no, he does also get Bauer as well, so a plus 15 to start off Ragnarok squad. A pretty scary start here for what is looking like would be big problems here for Rootti.
And it's not really the start you want to see even as a spectator, because it doesn't bode well for the rest of the match. If they're starting the first race getting top 3'd, that's gonna hurt their mentality.
Set the tone for what could be happening up ahead, dude.
Hopefully that isn't the case. And we get a close match, which we have been sorely lacking so far.
Yes, so I do believe here that Ragnarok squad, even though they are the 10 seed and Rootti is the 7th seed for the league, I have reason to say that Ragnarok squad might be a little bit underseeded here. Partly because, 1, Shotzi, who used to be a part of GZ, has left them and has been a pickup for Ragnarok squad for the league, and he helps that team pretty immensely. He's definitely improved quite a lot over these past couple of months and has really become one of the top players in online for the game. Pairing him with Mexic and Kirby, as well as Crepin's improvements, this team could be very scary, even though they are a 10 seed.
It's worth mentioning, we kind of did see this team play in the last season as the Bandicoots, but that was more of a Brazilian mix. It was kind of half of the players we have today. We're seeing a completely different lineup.
It does only take 1 guy or 2 to just completely change that team chemistry, team balance, but regardless, hopefully Rootti can shake off that pretty tragic race 1 as we move into race 2, Dingo Canyon here. Should try to cue the music for this race coming up here as we're still on Tiny Arena music. Surprised we don't see Skorna in the lineup here for Rootti, as he's a track specialist here for Dingo Canyon, former world record holder, but regardless, it does look like Sanjista is moving quite a bit right now. And let's find a beaker here. He's gonna get bombed though before the pad, as well as Bauer taking a bomb as well. So it is another early lead here for Shotzi, trying to work his way through here. Not gonna be able to get the mass kill on Bauer or
Mexic got all 3 players in front of him.
Does look like here another top 3 situation for Ragnarok squad and potentially a top 4 with Mexic finding a mask in Infinite.
Now Bow's gonna watch his back. He
Oh,
managed to
that's
take
a
down
trade
Kirby
here.
with him.
It looks, yep, Kirby does go down, but it's still a top 3 here for Ragnarok squad, as now instead of Kirby being up there, it's M1ST with Infinites here. He does have a missile. This is a back missile spot here. Let's see if he goes for it. Does not opt to go for it there. He tries to get it there, but doesn't really work how he wanted it to. He's still holding an engine now, as trying to see what he can do. It looks like he's gonna have that juiced here. Potentially some engine pulse width action going into this next lap.
Might have trouble here with the shield in front of him.
Yep, M1ST with a shield on can definitely cause some problems. And what's he doing? Yes, he's going for the engine pulse, but that is the play to do. Does drop it there, but he's still gonna have enough speed here for a pretty big downhill push. However, Bauer right in front of him with a mask is actually gonna block him. That is not really what you want to do. Not good coordination there by Rootti. But he's going to recover with fire now, and Bauer actually fairly close to M1ST here. He might just be able to outline M1ST as he is fairly quick on this track. He's got a shield and potentially some infinites as well. Missiles are coming now. He's going to have 3, and it's going to be enough to take down. Gonna have a one bomb here. Sanjista has to be careful, and Sanjista is going to get hit there before the pad. As M1ST does find another shield here, this is still gonna be a 1-2-4 for Ragnarok squad. And potentially Cranky, no, it doesn't look like Cranky's going to get any spots. So 1, 2, 4, 8, which is a +9 for RS.
Another very strong race already.
Definitely a commanding start here by Ragnarok squad. It did look like at the start both Bauer and Sanjista may have had the opportunity to make some plays or take one of them down with them before they reached the pad, but it just didn't happen for them.
Now we look at Android Alley.
Yep, continuing the trend of Sacred Fire tracks here, Android Alley is coming up next.
Trying to get these characters on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, no one in Rootti even in double digits right now, with triple silver in Ragnarok squad, which is pretty funny. And it does look like M1ST actually had the 4th place mask in that race there. I didn't catch that, but the mask he rolled was 4th, according to what his soda is saying, which bit of an unlucky break there for Rootti, but it does definitely happen more often than it doesn't in the game of someone always getting the short end of the stick when it comes to luck. I believe Kirby's the green crate as well.
Oh yeah.
And are we in the next race?
Not quite.
Still loading in? Okay.
There we go.
Well, with Android Alley coming up here, it is a very long track, a track that you really have to always be thinking patience for as to what you want to do with your items. There's so few items here, it definitely rewards the patience. So you see Sanjista rolling an early TNT, not the item you want to find early on. Going to be battling with Shotzi here as we reach the first set
Once
of
he
item
actually
creep.
hits the wall at the start of the spiral, which is going to give Sanjista a good chance to escape.
Well, he still has 2 members of RS right
And he
behind him.
actually loses reserves.
He
That's a
loses
big
reserves
joke.
and uses his item too fast. Another top 3 here.
And
Ragnarok
potentially a
squad.
top 4.
This is
Makes
not
Canton come with a
looking
bum
good.
here. Makes Canton's gonna get traded out by this missile though, so the top 4 only for a second.
It is still top 3 with quite a bit of a gap over 4th, as I mean, Shotzi's already at the item crates. They haven't even gotten around the turn yet. I mean, big lead here for Ragnarok squad yet again.
And makes Canton in the back here. He can cause a lot of chaos, make it difficult for Rootti to focus on the comeback.
Mexic right now is actually doing some engine pulse, but it was not a lumped engine, which kind of difficult to make work on this track. Obviously, a juiced engine far more valuable than an unjuiced engine here, since infinite reserves don't really mean much here. The reserves on this track are pretty much already free, so if you can find an engine, you usually want to hold it for pulse win.
We can see Scorner is right behind the top 3 here, and they're all grouped up in a pack, so there's definitely the potential here for this top 3 to be infiltrated, but it's going to be difficult without a power item or a lucky item roll from Scorner.
See here also on the right, it looks like Mexic making mask work there with Bauer, moving up into 7th.
It's soon to catch up to Fef. Depending on what item he rolls here, this could be brutal for Rootti. An engine.
That is potential for engine pulse win. We do see, it looks like Scorna hits a trapped crate on the first row here, so he's going to be without fire or Wampa right now. Oh my god, what is that nitro placement there? That is, I don't think I've ever seen something like that before.
And now he has the mask, and all 3 are right in front of him. This could be another...
Yep, he's going to just chain it right here, and he's going to roll a second mask as well. This is very unfortunate here. Sanjista just going to slow down, but he can just drive away from him now.
Just escape now.
Has no reason to even try to fight him. The Italian's unable to do anything about this at all.
Although Mexicanton didn't get as much of a gap as he could have, and he could very well be punished for it.
Does have a missile chase in there, but shake it off on the wall. He knows the nitro's tight there. Sanjista doesn't though, but he has a shield to take care of it. We see Mexico with the beaker and Sanjista with the missile. Sanjista probably gonna shoot the missile here after the square. That is the best spot to shoot it. But what does Mexico do with his beaker? Just gonna hold on to it here. Just be patient. No reason to do anything greedy, and he uses the beaker to cover it. But Mexico actually losing fire here. But he rolls a shield now, so Sanjista uses a canister maybe a little bit too early. Is it enough to get the spot though? Oh, just barely. Sanjista is going to get one position there, but still a plus 17. I would call that far from a win, but maybe a small little victory.
A tiny victory, but gaining 1 point in the face of a top 4. It's really not. It's not looking good for them.
Something's gotta change, like, fast if they want anything to get back into this. I don't know. It kind of, when you get down like this, what do you feel like? Because I know you've been there where you're just nothing's working and you're just getting everything is like not working. You're getting your ass kicked. All the points are going the wrong way for you. How do you turn that around and say, okay, maybe we can actually make this comeback?
I mean, in this situation, I guess you could look at substitutions, but I don't know who that would be for them to sub in, if any. And the other thing is changing positions in the row. Maybe someone else taking the front row to front run, someone else going for masks.
Just trying to switch something up. I agree with you there. But doesn't look like anything's going to be changed as we move into our next track, which is Oxide Station.
Oxide Station. This is definitely an interesting track for this lobby, because it's not really a track I'd associate with any of the players. There's not really an Oxide Station specialist among the lobby, so it'll be interesting to see which team this favors.
I don't know. I think Ragnarok squad's looking pretty strong right here. If I had to put money down, I'd say this is gonna probably be another top 3 for them.
But at the same time, we've only had Sacred Fire tracks so far, so maybe the thing that Rootti need is a technical Blue Fire track, where they can.
That item play could come into effect here. Just they're gonna find an early bomb and Mexican early engine, as Mexic's gonna get missiled here, so he's gonna drop down the order.
We'll ride for Pep and Bauer.
Yep, Bauer and Sanchista. It is a top 3 right now for top 4, but Sanchista going to the wall. However, it is actually
going to be safe.
Yeah, it is like a pretty strong top 3 right now. I think maybe they can hold on to some of these positions here. Sanchista with 9 Wumpa, unfortunate for him, just needed that one extra.
They need to focus their back spam here, because we see they're not giving each other space, and it's reducing their opportunities to clear out these guys from behind them. Yeah,
we do see a beaker down on the ground there. See if anybody takes it, but I don't think anyone will. Sanchista finally just throws the bomb away, but might be a little too late here, as the RS guys have gotten pretty close by them. See Krepin pushing now on Sanchista and Fef, who are on top of each other. If we see on Mexic's screen, they are like right there, crowded there. And Sanchista is going to get missiled. And Krepin's going to get the missile, but Krepin going to take a beaker of his own, so he's going to drop down the order now. But it does look like pretty mixed spots here, and some guys with and without fire, so definitely not out of the question for Rootti to make some plays to get back up to the front here. We do see on the minimap close to this thing that's going on is it looks like battle between 4th and 5th between Krepin and Fest. Oh no, that is 3rd and 4th, not 4th and 5th. See here on the right. Oh, it looks like Bauer hit a trapped crate of some sort, and he's he's going down the order now. It looks like Fef also got hit here.
He has an orb here to retaliate, but
counter orb here, but
it's gonna be helping that much.
No, this is not the spot you want to shoot an orb. You would rather shoot it when the other team's going over the pad here. They shot that orb a little bit too early. I think maybe a little trigger happy.
It could have potentially been a Ragnarok squad orb, but
yeah, it's a top 3 here for RS though, and it's not looking too good as we see Bauer getting hit on the uphill there with Shotzi coming up, and this could be another scary top 4 situation here. But it does look like Shotzi does get hit here, so not going to be able to convert off a top 4 quite so easily. However, in the top 3, the money spots are all driving away into the sunset now, as it looks like it's going to be another big loss here for Rootti.
And I just can't help but think it could have so easily been that top 3 for Rootti if they just coordinated better on the first lap.
Yeah,
if
you know,
Sanjista just said "Fef, go tie" and I'll spec spam. He had the perfect bump. He just fires that on the uphill, the long pad after the blue fire pad.
yep.
Takes out one, and then it's like that's one less player to worry about. And that player behind can't do anything.
Fortunately for them, Kreppen was able to capitalize off their mistakes and be able to make the push with the triple missiles and be able to take away that top 3 they had going on there. And unfortunate as well, even though Bauer got a pretty good lead there, taking the trap crate. It's unfortunate, sometimes it just happens. You see Shotzi here, Infinite's in a bomb, but Manjista in a mask right now.
Doom. His mask ends and he doesn't have a second item, so if he doesn't roll a mask here, he actually... Okay, well...
Does roll the mask. What Shotzi didn't know is that Sanjista actually had no item there. If he knew that, then he probably could have slowed down and just been able to get the missile on him. Nothing Sanjista would have been able to do, but obviously tough to know that in a situation in real time.
Yeah, it's not really a risk you can take because he could have easily just had an engine.
With the clock. So he might actually be able to take a few spots back here.
Yeah, he should go straight back in 6th place here, and that
he gets the
mask
mask as well.
Perfect item roll there.
Well, even when things do go right for Rootti at the end, it does look like Ragnarok squad just got a little bit of that extra luck they needed to take a few more spots off of them here. And it's going to be another plus 15, and
just
after
to rub
4
some
races,
salt in the wound.
We're up 56 points now. Oh boy. I don't know, Rev. I was thinking...
I was hyping this one up, yeah.
I thought this one would be a lot closer, I'm not gonna lie.
we just see Rootti being completely outclassed.
Do we have an update on how the other match is going now?
True, I can get that open real quick.
We also do have a second match going concurrently here.
Obviously, we don't really know what the scores are, but we can get an idea of what's going on.
As we see here, it looks like we are on... I'm not really sure what race this is here. Well, this is My Ale, who we are watching, going up against Godzes here.
This is their 4th race.
It does look like we see Archer there for Godzes. We haven't seen Archer be playing too much CTR recently, so we'll see him back. We see, fortunately, not able to get the TNT off here is My Ale. Do we know the chat that they're speaking in, so maybe we can get an idea of the point situation here?
Can take a look here. Well, they're in 1C. There's no points just yet. But I know that Yoshi likes to put point updates in his Twitch chat, so I guess if anyone's keeping up with that stream, they might know.
What do you see here? Looks like My Ale just keep throwing the orbs here. Opting to hold. No, it's just gonna shoot this one. So it looks like the crash is a part of Ragnarok, or not Ragnarok squad, but GZ here. And Armadillo is causing My Ale some problems. I'm gonna dodge that bomb at least for him. So yeah, no idea what is going on here exactly, but my guess is it's probably going better for whatever's happening here as to what is going on here. But we'll keep following this match here as we are already through this so far, and it does look like Shotzi should have in race number 4, not 2 points.
What's that? Race for 2. Yeah.
Banana's Nightmare coming up here, and another technical track of driving here, but technical in not so much lines, but good. So we'll see. It does look like Sanjista and Cranky are the two to be getting away here and fighting at the front. Sanjista finding a early shield, so that could be helpful for him, potentially holding on to these early spot here. And does look like it's gonna have the shield taken off. It's gonna shoot the bomb back, and it does get Cranky there. So an early lead here, and some hope for Rootti.
We've seen early leads for Rootti before, and we saw how that went. So.
Oh yep, and he's gonna lose fire here. And
Chassis
cast
his curse.
Oh man.
I don't think I can cast his curse this game, to be honest. I think I could say every bad thing will happen for Ragnarok squad, and it won't be enough to make this match close.
Well, the caster's curse is the opposite, where we say everything good will happen to Ragnarok squad, and it will. Does look like Mexico is gonna take by the missile here by P-off though, so not able to escape the grasp of a shield here though is Sanjista. Fortunate enough for him, but it does look like Rootti in 2-3-4 right now, so some decent spots for them here. As we see Cranky also on the downhill. So yeah, 2-3-5-6 right now for Rootti.
Seems like Pepem, Bauer, and who's the other one?
I think there was a sub Scorna? There for P-off over Scorna.
Oh, interesting.
So P-off is in, Scorna is out. As we see a clock come out here, and
this is huge for Ragnarok squad.
It's Ragnarok squad
getting hit by this.
Everyone except second place actually, so the second place pinstripe is getting kind of near Shotzi, who did dodge the clock. So a bit of a battle now first. However, Shotzi has been getting very good with his bombs.
One for Mexican now.
Oh yeah, Mexico with orbit 5th.
Depending on what the Yaya Panda has, this could be huge, and they're opting to fire it, so clearly it's going to benefit them.
I do have to say, not only has Rootti just not, they've made some mistakes and all, but they've also got pretty unlucky with the power items. I think Ragnarok squad's rolled so much more power items than they have in far less time in the bottom spots compared to them. Like, the Rootti's in bottom spots pretty much all race. They haven't been able to make many power items work, but for the little time that RS is in the back, they are able to make their power items work. As we see Mexic there, getting a nice slowdown, get a shield on, nothing that Sanjista could have done.
Line here, but it's only gonna take a position from his teammate.
We do see here a 2-5-7-8 from Rootti.
Although you saying that, I do feel like there's also like the small impact. We see a lot of times when Rootti are grouped together, they're just not rolling items, which is greatly decreasing their chances for shields.
That is true.
Items. And it does add up. Like, people don't realize that when you're skipping so many item rolls, that's going to affect the match.
Yes, always got to keep rolling items and knowing when to roll items as well. And I think that the experience that how much Ragnarok squad has been playing so much recently, as opposed to Rootti, with how more in touch with the meta they are, as opposed to the Italians, they are definitely showing their strength here.
And it's going to be exciting to see in the next few weeks how Ragnarok squad perform.
I do hope that for Rootti they can look at some of the mistakes that they've been making in this war and turn some things around in the coming weeks here.
I mean, we've definitely seen they've had their chances, but it's not about their racing. Like, they're not simply getting out-driven, it's more they're getting out-itemed. And if they can refine their team coordination, item usage, they do still have a chance here.
It is pretty crazy teams. How much team coordination and just how the meta has changed so much around, like, your spacing around the team, where you're rolling your items, how you're helping your team out. All that has changed so much over just how the past 3 years have gone. I remember back in the old days of 2019 and 2020, just how different things were. Like, if you had a guy or two that just knew how to drive really fast, that's all you needed. But it's more than just being quick at this game now. You really just have to have the whole deal here in order to be a successful team. And we see Ragnarok squad has just that.
And honestly, this is what I love about 4v4, because you could take, if this was an FA lobby, pretty much any player in here could win the lobby. But when you make it into a team-based mode and you put in all these factors, like the team coordination and the item usage, it's like completely, the skill gap is widened greatly.
Yeah, you should probably switch the music here, because we do have Slide Coliseum coming up, and if we're talking about a track that has team coordination, this is definitely a good track to have team coordination on, knowing where your teammates are, because of how huge the item rolls are on this track. Being in a spot where you're more likely to roll an engine as opposed to anything else, very crucial. And if you're spaced out with your teammates well, you can usually factor those odds in much nicer than for a team who can't. Taking a little while here.
Some changes in the lobby.
Yes, so we do have
switches
subs coming in here, and position changes as well.
All the players look the same so far, but looks like they've swapped around from between front row and back row.
Does look like we have a Koala Kong now in the lobby. I believe. Who could that be? That might be one of the Italian. If I'm not mistaken, that is Bauer who switched to Koala Kong.
I think that might actually be Kreppen.
Kreppen? No, Kreppen's the Yaya, because he rejoined. Right. Yeah, I think that's Bauer, because there's no Pasadena in there anymore.
Slide Coliseum now, 65-point difference, and
they quite literally have double the points of Rootti.
And I'm wondering, I'm trying to calculate in my head what even are the chances of a comeback here. What would it even require?
If Ragnarok squad gets a plus 13 in this race, then they will be up 78 points with 4 races left, which means they, even if Rootti top fours all of the last 4 races, it would only be a tie. So we only have 1 point of view there. It says Galfer. Oh, nope, all fixed now. We see Mexic seem to be the one to go fast, and Sanjista does find a engine who he has been practicing Pulsewood quite a bit, so he could be. Oh nope, he's going to hit Kreppen there and go right out of bounds. Unfortunate for him, and he is going to get the missile to land on Kirby.
The second missile takes a full turn.
That was actually pretty funny to see there. And it does look like in the front, I believe that is Bauer, who is the Koala Kong. making a nice play to get into first place here.
Just switching to the Pura. Makes Campton do a lot of damage here.
So after this race, there is points that were posted for that other lobby, I believe. Can get a check-in over there after we see what happens here. As we do see Sanjista holding an orb in 6th place here now. He has his teammate in 1st, but he's got quite a bit of a gap ahead. And I don't know, you see most of these guys around here, they don't have shields aside from Mexic. And Mexic is still in his shield, but not quite able to get the shield off on the first bomb, but he does take it off the second. We do see Kirby coming up with an engine now, as Sanjista is going to take a bomb there. Kirby has
frustrating for Sanjista right there. Seemed like the orb just dodged on the overtake with Kreppen overtaking. So that shield managed to avoid 2 of Sanjista's items.
Still a fairly tight pack here though. Aside from that top 2, which has broken quite a bit of way, still chances for points to shake up a little bit here.
Yeah, one super engine here can be the difference between last and top 3, so...
Since it's pretty much 3rd through 6th here who's all fighting, it would really come down to luck as to who rolls what. And we do see a 5th place match there from Fef. And Mexic going to put the green shield on. I think Sanjista just throws the shield away and lands the missile. Kreppen's now going to be the one who's going to be engine pulse putting right past Sanjista, but he does drop the speed.
He takes the beacon.
Yeah, Sanjista here trying to be the item Andy, but losing way too much time and speed for it. So he's going to get the missile here, and Mexic's going to be coming up by now. And Mexic's just going to be able to drive right past him. And it does look like Fef had some problems here as well.
Catch Fef as well, yeah.
Yeah, Shotzi, just nice team play there.
And now if Kreppen manages to take any positions here, yeah, actually, this could already be the win for Rootti.
Not quite.
Oh wait, they didn't get the top 3, did they? No.
No, they did not get the top 3. With Bauer being first place in that race, it is a +3 for Ragnarok.
Bauer was so far ahead, I forgot he was even in the race.
Yes, that is what happened. See if we can get an update here on the other lobby going on. Try to find the scores somewhere. Doesn't look like it's in the Discord server, fortunately. Maybe it's in the boss map? No, it does not appear so. But we do have coming up next, Meteor Gorge.
Yeah, so 20, 40, 60. So it must be lost, surely. I don't think you can get enough top 4s. I don't think 4 top 4s would even be enough.
4 top 4s would equal a +10, but that is extremely unlikely given how this has gone so far. It's just been a story of blowouts here in the first round so far. Really, the only close match that we've had so far was the one we casted this morning between 6 and VE, but even then, the VE was able to blow the gap up at the end and was able to make a +40 there. So, really has not been too close of competition anywhere. Could also switch up.
So +23 to Godzes.
Oh, +23 for Godzes. Okay, it is a much closer war there then.
Maybe we were watching the wrong match.
Reckon that we should switch here and see if we can find a better match to cast. So probably be a little bit closer, and maybe a little bit more potential.
I feel like we can close it out just for this one race. If there's a top 4, which would be surprising, but I feel like we should get closure before we switch.
Okay, then I'll agree with that.
And I'll also need a little time to get the streams ready anyway.
Yes, it does look like at the beginning here, Sanjista taking 2 TNTs, which is an immediate death, as Theft also at the front. Does get a pretty nice snipe there on Shotzi. Mexic holding a missile here in first place, so my guess is he'll just go a little bit wide, let Theft pass, and gonna get the missile on him nice and easily to convert that into a top 3 here for Ragnarok squad. This team is looking tough, man. I gotta say, I would not want to face RS right now. They are looking very in form here.
Definitely a dark horse in the league signups, in the team list. They could surprise us. I don't think they're the first team that comes to mind when they think of the finalists, but
and it does look like we do have
like this.
But yeah, they are performing very well here. And Shotzi in 4th as well with infinite reserves. And this is a pretty difficult track to catch up on. Oh, but Shotzi does take a TNT. Will he be able to bounce it off? Yes, he does. It's very close there.
One thing with the TNTs, they have like a bit of a charge up time before you can actually start jumping and it'll have an effect. So it's like you kind of you can sometimes just panic and then you jump like 6 times and you're wondering why it's not come off. But actually you can wait a little bit. And
we're talking about spacing right there, and literally all 4 of Rootti just on top of each other, and Sanjista accidentally getting the squish on his teammate. It has not gone to plan here at all. Is we see Sanjista and Fef saying hello to each other here with a pair of missiles.
Yeah, they're fair enough at this point. There's not really anything they can do.
And that makes it mathematically over there. With this top 4, Ragnarok squad takes their first win of the league. They only need 2 more now to qualify for the playoffs. For Rootti, back to the drawing board. They need to do some homework here. Figure out what went wrong and hopefully how they can change stuff for these coming weeks here. Otherwise, it might be a long couple of weeks for them.
Do speedrun setting up the stream for.
See if we can do it in time here. We do have my Ale's point of view here. Not too sure on all of the information on this match as to who's where right now. It does look like an orb is going to come out here though. And that does look like a GZ orb, as I believe Manakit is on the M1ST side. And coming up through the pack there looked like that was Archer getting a mask combo on Manakit. We're talking about spacing and how important that is. We did see getting killed by his teammate there as well. Not what you want to do at all. Does look like he's going to go back for the fire here as we see Bang in 7th place. He's definitely on the GC side of things. And an orb is going to come out here too. Looks like GC rolling all the items they need to get back to the front here. We see here, it looks like Troyer on the back. He's definitely on the GZ lineup. Not quite sure who the Crash is, but I do believe that the GZ lineup is the Crash in 8th place, the Megumi in 5th, I believe, is Bang. And then I'm pretty sure that the Small Norm is also a GZ player, and the 1st place Mad Scientist Crash is also a GZ player. So fairly mixed spots here at the moment. We do see Mael rolling all the engines he could possibly wish for, but not able to get close enough to Troyer to be able to squish him. Gonna lose fire here and roll a mask. It's gonna be pretty close here to figure out who these last 4 spots are going to be. Maneki has to be a little bit careful here. Don't want to see him get hit. Okay, so we do have confirmation. It is Diego who is the Crash, as I was correct. Yep, all the characters are correct. Just going to take a little bit of a moment here to get all the scores in the right spot, so just be patient with us.
Yep, I'm going to quickly type these in.
We do see here, though, it is a +5 for GZ in this race. That is also not Angel, it's Archer, by the way.
Oh, sure.
Yep. Just,
they both start with A.
That's fair. I believe they used to be pretty good friends, if I'm not mistaken, so fair enough for the mistake. Does look like we have a much closer lobby here, though.
Surprising though, because on paper you'd say this one would be the blowout, considering Godzes have in the past had way more favorable results than M1ST have.
That is true, but here we don't see M1ST, who is arguably GZ's best player, as well as Shotzi's departure too, so GZ did get a little bit weaker, but Bang, who was a part of the FXT lineup that won the league last, is now playing for GZ, so they do gain him. Should also add the scores in for the race that was just played here.
Although I'm still missing a couple of other races.
Yep, no worries. That was a +5 there, so we do know that it's 28 points on the side of GZ here. As we move into Gingerbread Joyride.
I've asked Yoshi to send over the scores for me.
So, I don't know, jumping into this match cold here, and trying to analyze the scores that we do have. Even though the match here is a little bit closer as to what we were just watching, it does still look like GZ holding a pretty firm lead at the moment. So assembly lane there was race 7. We do have the scores after 5. We just missed scores on Meteor Gorge. And our last 3 tracks will be Gingerbread Joyride, Dragon Mines, and Inferno Island. We know that with 6 out of the 7 races, it's a 28-point gap, but we don't know the scores for that one race, unfortunately. But we are moving in here and seeing where this Gingerbread should be able to go. You should also try to switch the music if you can. We do see here early on Diego a little bit ahead on our point of view. Didn't take the fire, but it's going to be Yoshi getting shielded right before the pad in the top 2 right now for GZ. Oh, it looks like Tam is able to get a Beaker kill, but Diego getting a missile kill on Tam there allows for a top 3 now on the end of GZ.
I believe it's Troy is the Crash, right?
Is the Crash in first place. And, oh, does look like Troyer does get hit, though. So he is going to be dropping down the order a little bit. The Amy is Maneki in third place. does look like a mid-spot situation here for M1ST, as they're trying to see if maybe they can, and it does look like Shreddy, I believe, who is, or no, not Shreddy. Actually, I don't know who the small norm is. All I know is that they are a GZ member, does mess up the shortcut. So 2-3-4 now for M1ST, as they are making a little bit of a comeback here. Tam is the Yaya Panda, so she's in the back with who the small arm is. That would be Archer, and Bang as well to join them. Oh, it does look like Diego hits a nitro right after the tight turn there. He does have a bomb, but it's unjuiced. He's gonna have to make this one count if he wants to try to hold on to this first place here. The Hail Mary bomb, and it doesn't hit anybody. He's gonna have another bomb here and no fire, so trying to get back to the pad. Will he be able to recover? No, he does not! And gets shielded right across the pad. It's Diego, so a big comeback race here for M1ST, as they're gonna be going into the top 3 positions now. Yoshi in 3rd place with a shield, with Troyer trailing not too far behind. Maybe Troyer can do something about that 3rd place position, and he does have the missiles to take out Yoshi, so he's gonna go down the order. But another team kill here, a big mistake from GZ's end, and this could be some pretty tragic point loss here, as a juiced orb is gonna come out here from Tam, and it's gonna hit Bang. I'm not sure why Diego tried to missile Bang there. That doesn't really make too much sense, does it?
Another orb by the looks of it.
Does look like top 2
might do some damage here.
5.
Although top 2 both dodge, so this top 2 looks secure for M1ST.
Yeah, pretty unlucky here for Diego, who had a lead pretty much in the bag, but just caught a random straight nitro tight, and he is in trouble now. But it does look like GZ here, even though they are going to lose the top 2, they are also going to be able to get to them in bottom 2 here, and given the point gap that they do have right now, is that missile going to hit Yoshi? Yes, it is! And he is not going to hold on to 6. Unfortunate for him. You should also try to sync the point of views up if you can with Diego and Yoshi. Diego's like a few seconds ahead. Still trying to play a little bit of catch up here. But we're almost there. Just trust us.
Yeah, we kind of missed out on the like 20 minutes of preparation time we normally have.
Yep, it's always difficult trying to do this on a whim, with so much going on, but getting there. Not our first time doing this, fortunately. So we'll get these scores inputted here for race number 8 and race number 7 now. See if we can switch the music up here for Dragon Mines coming up next. A track that should be expecting an early mask here on both teams' end. It's the best play that you can do. Definitely a strong showing here though by M1ST. We definitely were not expecting them to be this close to GZ, as we were expecting Rootti was to Ragnarok squad, but no, GZ is looking like you know, they're probably going to win this match, but they're not looking super strong.
It's worth talking about some of the players on this, because they've been mostly unproven before this, but...
That is true. It does look like we are loading in right now. If I'm not mistaken here. So we will switch to the point of views of the players in just a moment.
I'm gonna quickly try and get the score from the race that we missed as well.
Should switch the screen, Rev. I think they started.
Yeah, not yet, not yet.
Oh, they haven't yet? Oh, okay. My mistake then.
Now we switch.
Alrighty. It also does look like my ale is the host here, which is pretty interesting. This is a mainly European team, so having host is a pretty big advantage. As we do see Diego switching to Megabix here. I'm all for this switch here. Great character. So we do see here, does look like he is going to get the kill onto Yoshi, but a mask is coming up through the shortcut. Will it be able to take out this top two here? Does not look like it. Bang switching to Crunk as well. I'm all for the Crunk switch. Great character to use. We see here, will anybody be able to try to stop these two at the front? We see Bang taking a TNT crate. Might mean that he loses fire here, as reserves are pretty tight on this track. It does look like he did. Diego's gonna take that first place with a unjust shield. He's gonna use it for the minecart. Still hold on to that first though, a pretty big lead for him. And we do have those scores in from race 6, so it is a 34-point gap here, which means mathematically, if Diego and Bang can hold on to this top two here, they should be good. And M1ST needs a pretty big victory if they want to get back here, but it does not look like that is going to happen. And just when we caught up with them, the match was over. It's unlucky. But Orbe is going to come out here.
This could change things up. We see Diego isn't going to dodge here.
Yeah, he's going to get hit
point for him.
He's going to have to go wide here, but it's still a top 3 right now for GZ, so they should be able to hold on here.
And there's a big gap between the Amy and the top 3, so it's going to be difficult. We see Mana taking a beaker in the spiral.
Yeah, it does look like he gets hit there, and Archer, no, not Archer, but Troyer, slowly working his way up. He is going to get hit there by Tam, though, so top 4 was not going to happen in this race.
Is Yoshi lap glitched? Interesting. So he's lap glitched. So he took the opportunity to go backwards with the mask.
Does look like Bang and Diego kill each other as they're celebrating their victory here.
Took a jab.
I don't think Yoshi was lap glitched. It's Mael who was lap glitched, not Yoshi.
Was lap glitched. That's what I meant. Yeah.
But GZ
would
takes.
have been an interesting play if it worked, but yeah. Just as we tune in, it's already over.
Say plus 17.
I'm very impressed with the score difference that we see.
From what it looks like an early race victory for M1ST, and then easy with a lot of small wins that just kind of added up over time, and now one final big win here to lock up this week 1 matchup and get them their first point.
Final race will be Inferno Island.
Inferno Island, the last track here. I always like watching these pulsewood tracks. Want to see who can get the best engine pulse right here. Let me see if hold on just a moment.
Meanwhile, the other matches hang out on Thunderstruck. Hard to say what the point difference is.
Yeah, we moved on from this match, but it does look like Sanjista does take a win there over that match already over, but so is this one here. I guess we can just kind of talk now, though, with 7 out of the 8 matches that have been played. All of the higher seeds have been able to take care of their low-seeded opponents. We do still have VC and TGC to play their week 1 match.
Except Ragnarok squad, who were the lower-seeded opponent, but...
Oh, yes, Ragnarok squad was the lower-seeded
definitely
opponent.
Underseeded. Can't be denied, but they're a newer clan, so they don't have much points for the clan ranking from playing in previous tournaments.
Too. It will be interesting to see how they match up, because if I'm not mistaken, they should be playing FXT next week. Am I wrong about that? I think it's the highest seed versus the lowest seed that should be playing off. So it will be FXT and Ragnarok squad playing in their week 2 matchup. Also, since VC and TGC are the 8 and 9 seed as well, we also know that they will be playing the number 2 seed, which will be GSC. We will also know all the matchups actually. The 3 seed will be Regicide. They'll be going up against the 6 seed of VE. And then the 4 and 5 seed, which would be Godzes, going up against FXT's second lineup. Those will be some pretty exciting matches to see. I definitely think it's going to be a little bit trickier to predict those higher seeded matchups as time moves on here, as we move further on into the league.
Yeah, that's kind of the downside of this format. This first week is kind of unbalanced in the teams, but it's all for the purpose of having better seed events. Nice snipe from Diego onto his teammate.
On his own teammate there. We want to talk about kings of being toxic here. Let's talk about our player that won the most toxic player award, Diego, as well as
just come fresh off his 2-week ban from the Comp Hub.
Yep, both of them unbanned, back, and they haven't missed a beat. They're just playing really good right now. So we do see Yoshi going for an epic pulse with getting a pretty good first place here. That's what I love to see there.
And he's going to be happy with that. Unless one of the Godzes managed to roll an engine as well. See, the streams are a bit out of sync actually.
Does look like Yoshi has about a 4-second delay here, so we're getting synced up here, and it does look like pretty synced up now. Yoshi able to just hold on to that first place now, and Diego is not being nice to his teammates at all. He's just killing them over and over at this point. I mean, you already win. Why not just flex around a little bit if his team... Yeah, Archer's like, hey, I don't like that you did that. I'm just gonna bomb you in your face. What you gonna do?
And I think if you're missed, you're going to be happy to see that, because at least you can make the scores look close if they get a good race here.
So we already
in a... What is this, a 1-3?
Does look like a 1-3 situation here. That is correct, and it could be a top 2 now. It looks like the small arm does have some issues, but Bengang finds an engine. He's gonna be working his way through the pack now. Crunk, a pretty based character, I gotta say. And mass cleanup here by Mael. This could be a top 4 here.
I'm smelling a top 4.
This does feel like a top 4 energy coming up here, and it looks like it's gonna happen. Yeah, top 4 here. Talk about ending on a positive note there. Although it doesn't really matter too much in the end. But pretty cool to see M1ST convert on a top 4 there. Should be an interesting team to watch as the season unfolds. We did speak about how the winning teams are going to have their matchups set up. That also means all the losing teams are going to be knowing who they'll be playing against as well. So the highest losing seed was indeed Rootti, so they'll be facing off against the Rangers of the Arab team there. Then, of course, let me get this pulled up here so I can figure out everything. We can talk about some of the matchups we know that are going to happen next week. Where is it? League schedule. Okay. So, out of the losing seeds, it will be the 14th or the 15th seed that was GSC played. I can't tell who that is. Looks like K and D. They'll be going up against the loser of the VC and TGC matchup. Then we have the Crazy Geniuses. They'll be going up against the 11th seed. That would be 6. And then, last but not least, be the 13 and 12 seeds going off against each other, which should be M1ST and trying to figure out who the other team would be. Be who FXT2 played. That would be the Renegades. So we already have the matches set up. We do still have to wait for VC and TGC to play their match though. That did get moved from July 10th to July 9th. And other than that, not really too much to say right now. We'll be taking a little bit of a gap here as we wait 6 days so that last match gets played, and then we can roll off into week 2. And should be some closer match teams going up against each other here. As this week it was all the story about the big teams dominating the little ones, and not really too much else to say about it other than that.
Well said, well said. And we've got a bit of a character arc going on because after these past few days, you finally understand the format of the league.
I'm getting there. You've explained it to me a couple times, but it's starting to make sense now. And we'll talk about the character arc. Our league format has gone a bit of a character arc itself over these past 3 seasons. Back in season 1, we started off with 32 teams, which was a pretty insane number. Then League 2, we only had 8 teams in the top division, which felt a little bit lonely, but with 16 teams now, definitely some interesting matches to be played here. Some teams stronger than others, but others with chips on their shoulders, waiting to prove something here. It should be a fun season to watch.
Closest match so far this week, but even though all my predictions have been kind of wrong so far, I think I can say that VC versus the Gentleman's Club should be a close match, and it could go either way. So
that is the 8th seed versus the 9th seed, which would be the closest seeds. VC. Definitely one of the older teams. They've been around for quite some time.
It's nice
largely
to see them
American.
come back. It's been a year since we've seen them play together in a comp hub event.
And
under the VC banner.
TGC, the Gentleman's Club, is a fairly newer team. They kind of have guys just all over the place. Don't really have too much insight onto how they'll play. All that we know is that in the most recent 4v4 tournament, they were able to score a top 4 spot against some pretty significant teams too, including GZ. I'm sure you remember that. They definitely to them, and
They even
I don't know.
took down the Italian World Cup squad.
They did take down the Italians as well.
So yeah, potential dark horses for the whole event.
With that though, I think it's time to wrap it up here. We've gotten pretty long here. We had 3 matches to enjoy today, and I think we can leave in peace now. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you next week, everyone.
Remember the date.
Thanks for watching. And actually, I just remembered something. Might have. Just want to check something real quick.
And what might that be?
Where is it?
Are we off stream?
We're not yet. I just wanted to check
okay.
something. Where is it? Okay, they're not live. I was looking into raiding the Mario Kart competitive stream, but I think they went offline since, so we missed our chance. So, on that note, goodbye everyone, and see you in